Hot girl summer is over, broke girl winter is here. Today I have a video from Soraya. Her channel's linked in the description of the video so that you can go check her out and support her. Watch to the end of the video to fully understand the implications of hot girl summer now coming to an end and broke girl winter finally arriving. Don't forget to follow us on Rumble. Our Rumble will be linked in the description of the video so that you can go follow us over there just in case anything happens on this platform. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video before a word from Angry's Crypto Academy. So, guys, you know what's happening. You know the economy is in the pooper, and you better take action very quickly. Don't forget to check out Angry Guys Crypto Academy or Angry's Crypto Academy. Hard times have arrived. ATMs will stop working. Banks will chain the doors. Protect your wealth and safeguard your future with crypto. Angry's Crypto Academy will teach you how to buy, sell, trade, and invest in crypto. We'll tell you exactly which coins will mint you millionaires and how to spot potential coins to invest in. Don't miss out. The Academy is linked in the description of the video. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into Soraya's video.
Women aren't ashamed of nothing but offended by everything. You know that the dating game is trash. I mean, you tell me, people don't even want to download any dating apps to get to know somebody because unfortunately a lot of women are the same now. They get the same lip injections, they wear the same clothes, they act the same, walk the same, think the same, and they have the same requirements when it comes to men. See, women like myself and my culture, we have been raised with honor and pride. So asking a man for money or material is the last thing that comes to our mind. Why? Because we've been taught to get out there to get it ourselves. I have been married for 16 years. Not once did I ask my husband for money. Not ever. So with that being said, what makes a lot of women so comfortable to the point they just ask the man that they barely know for a couple of days or even weeks, ask the man for money? Even worse, some of them are catfishing the man, asking him for money.
Hi. I know you fucking lying. That ain't cool.
Oh, you're not Stephanie?
I am Stephanie.
No, you not. Stop lying. You not Stephanie. Listen, man, I don't know who this person is.
I am Stephanie.
I done sent you all my motherfucking money. For 3.5 years, I done been broke fucking with you.
I'm sorry.
That's why you never FaceTime me. Ain't no damn way you ain't had Wi-Fi, no cellular data to FaceTime me.
Do not say this doesn't happen. I know this seems to be a skit, but I also know that there's an actual television show in America that is called Catfish or something like that. But how many times does this actually happen in real life? Ladies, how do we feel good about ourselves lying to these men? Asking these men for money? How many dates or almost dates do women go to, but they need men to cash up them some money first? Apple Pay some money first. Because these women's time is money. And they don't have money, meaning they don't have any time for these men. So therefore, they make these men pay before they even think about talking to these guys. I know several men on Instagram sending women money who look like plastic dolls. You can literally look at their profile. You can look at their profile and know that these women, they don't want to know these men. But I'm going to have to ask you, who to blame? Who to blame? Don't worry, I'll wait. Who's to blame? And when you look at these women's profiles, they are always partying, they're always dressed nice, very expensive purses, they're on vacation, probably more than you and I put together. And who pays for all of these luxurious items or the luxurious lifestyle? It's those simps in their DMs. Those simps who actually believe that they make a difference in her world by sending women like that money. Ladies, it's never a classy thing to request money from a man. It doesn't matter what situation you are in. And I'm talking about men that you're just starting to date, men that you're just starting getting to know, or even men that you are dating for a couple of months.
So the thing is, what's happening right here is Soraya is literally preaching to the choir. She is preaching to the choir because most modern women would never ever listen to her. They would not take anything that she is saying into consideration. Okay? Because when they're not hearing what they want to hear, everything else just goes into one ear and comes out the other. That's how women operate. If a woman speaks facts to another woman and it does not align with what her reality dictates, basically what her feelings are telling her, it doesn't matter what that woman says to her. It will go in one ear and come out the other. So Raya can't reach these women. All right? Because you're dealing with individuals And I'm not saying all women, but you're dealing with specific individuals, the kinds of women that Sarai is talking about, that have very poor character. They know consciously what they are doing. They just don't care, and they'll utilize plausible deniability to get whatever they want. Okay? I realize now, and I mean, even that I realize now, especially more, that PUA was honestly nothing more than putting these women on a pedestal, having to use all of these special tactics and all this BS to get their attention. As a man, a woman is supposed to come to you because you are the king, you are the prize. She needs to make it, she needs to make herself, available. She needs to make herself known. She has to let you know that she likes you, and she has to do things to show that she's going to provide value in the relationship. The simple truth is nothing can ever change in the United States because it's the culture. The culture of Soraya's culture is her culture versus American culture, where men are expected to pay for everything and, pamper women and give them everything that they want and desire. As a result of that, the culture would have to change, and that culture cannot and will not change in our lifetime because women are programmed a certain way, and they are not capable of competing for men because they are told not to compete for men. These are women who grew up on things like Diana Ross feminism. They grew up on Beyonce feminism. They grew up on all of this total BS. So they're not going to, Gloria Steinem feminism, it's never going to go away. So they are complete, it's hard coded into them. So they cannot change. It is within every fiber of their being. So there's really no hope. We're gonna watch women in Western society experience extraordinary hardships as things continue getting worse. Like, guys, you look at McDonald's right now and you look at the cost. You look at the cost of things, and they're insane. They're absolutely insane. Like, how much does a Big Mac cost at McDonald's right now? Okay? Because a Big Mac used to be like what, $3-4? How much is a Big Mac now? How much is a Big Mac? Or better yet, how much is a Big Mac meal? I'll tell you. I just opened up Uber Eats. All right. So it says $7.49 for a Big Mac, almost $8 for a Big Mac. And if you want a Big Mac meal, it's about $13, almost $13. It's crazy. And then you might think, well, what about like a double cheeseburger, right? And you look at the cost of these things, and you realize it's just not worth it. Like, you would have to be crazy. You would have to be absolutely insane to order anything from McDonald's at this point. Like a medium fries, $5, more than $5. A BBQ bacon quarter pounder with cheese, $9.49. I'm looking at some of these prices. I'm like, this is crazy stuff, bro. This is absolutely crazy stuff. Like, literally no one can afford to eat at McDonald's right now except for the addicts. Only a fool would be spending money at McDonald's right now. Okay? A fool or a total addict. A McDouble, $5.49. These things were $1 each. $1 each. Okay? Double cheeseburger, $5.59. McDouble, $5.49. Guys, modern women are not going to be able to survive. They're going to end up between a rock and a hard place. That's why they're all on social media saying that they need a provider man, they need a generous man, because they're broke. A lot of them are going to be heading off to tent city. Look at the boomers with their narcissism. The boomers have higher rates of homelessness than people their age did during the Great Depression. Like, you have to stop listening to the boomers. And I bring them up because the boomers are narcissists. They have higher rates today. They are the fastest growing population of people becoming homeless, and they have higher rates of homelessness than people their age did during the Great Depression, yet they are the wealthiest generation in the history of the world. This is what happens when you get everything, you squander it. and they are ultra narcissists. And most modern women today, they have those qualities and characteristics. And it's because of that why they're going to see extraordinary amounts of hardship, and they will never take any accountability for anything. Just like the boomers are always telling you to take accountability, just like women are always telling men to take accountability, but they never take accountability for anything. That's only going to lead them to extraordinary states of poverty and destitution, and no one is coming to save them. In the case of the boomers, their children cannot save them. There was no intergenerational wealth, and these parents will literally be out there insulting their kids as they're now heading into homelessness because their kids don't have money to subsidize their living, even though these are the same people who tossed us out before we were 18 years old in some cases. They told us to get out. They did not like us. We were unwanted. Am I saying it was like that for everyone? No. For the vast majority, yes. And the way modern women are, they don't like us. They just want our wealth and resources, our attention, our time, and our money. So now hard times are coming. 90s, guys, 90% of men are no longer dating, no longer having children, no longer getting married. 90% of men in the United States. It's happening in China. Guys, it's happening everywhere. China has a birth rate of like 1.25 right now. And I'm here and people are saying, nah, it's lower than that. It's really, really low. You can't recover. You need a birth rate, a replacement rate of 2.1. So the average woman needs to have 2.1 children in her life to replace the population. All right. China, it's like 1.25. In the United States, it's 1.6. So we've been below replacement levels for years, but they've been using immigration to kind of mess with the numbers. But have no doubt that we're basically going extinct as a group. That's the reason why I continue to emphasize to you guys that everything is going downhill and you need to get involved with crypto, all right? Because the hard times have arrived. The ATMs are going to stop working. The banks are going to chain the doors. The only way that you're going to be able to protect your wealth and safeguard your future is with crypto. And Angry's Crypto Academy will teach you how to buy, sell, trade, and invest in crypto. We'll tell you exactly which coins will mint you millionaires and how to spot potential coins to invest in. Don't miss out. The Academy is linked in the description of video because, guys, it is going to be hell on earth. Don't mess up. Do not mess up on this.
Never okay. And gentlemen, if you are sending these women money and they take advantage of you and the money that you work for, I'm going to have to say it is your fault. It is your fault because why would you even do that? Most of the time, these women will only respond to you when they know that you are a target. And when I say a target, yes, they see you as another victim. Just imagine a spider web and they are the spider just sitting in the middle of it and you are the fly. They're just waiting for you to be trapped in that spider web so they can suck you out, suck your pockets dry. That's what these women do. I bet my life that if you are talking to one of these women right now and you don't respond with money, they will not talk to you anymore. They will not answer your DMs anymore. They will not pick up the phone anymore. Matter of fact, some of them may even take it so far and block you on social media just because you are useless to them now. These women are ruthless nowadays, and you're going to have to protect yourself because there's nothing you can get out of them except for a headache or two.
People be like, she's a gold digger. She wants a guy with money. I'm trying to look for my husband and the father of my children.
Of course.
Why would I not want a guy that has a provider mindset? Why would I not want a guy that can provide financial stability
For my children? So basically they're all acting like they're going to be housewives. What they're trying to do right now is go into soft girl era. Guys, hot girl summer is over. Broke girl winter is here. So they're trying to deflect. They don't want to accept the consequences that they made for women's liberation, women's independence, for feminism. They don't want to accept the consequences that they're going to have to, deal with these hard times. They're going to have to face homelessness. They're going to have to live in their cars. They're going to have to go and hang out with Yogi and Boo Boo in the woods, but they don't want to do it anymore. They chose the bear, yet they don't want to go chill with the bears. All right. It's just how hypocritical the situation is. And they're still out here like, I need a man with a provider mindset that's going to give me everything and anything that I want. I mean, reasonably speaking, they made this decision for themselves and they don't want to face the consequences for the choices that they've made. And it's not going to happen. Most men are not going to bail them out. This time they are not going to be bailed out of the bad decisions that they made. They're going to have to face the consequences, and they're not going to know how to do that. and they're going to fall into states of extreme poverty and destitution that modern that we've never seen in modern society. This is when I say we've never seen this before, I mean, we're talking about like when the Roman Empire fell, things like that, when countries collapse, when men flee the countries, because a country without its men is not a country. A country without its men is a wasteland. We're going to see women in extraordinary states of poverty and destitution, and there will be no one to help them, no one to rescue them. It's going to be the same exact thing with the boomers: extreme poverty, extreme destitution, Social Security, and Social Security disability will not save the boomers. All right. They will have no way of surviving. And of course, they're going to say that they ended up homeless. They ended up in states of extreme poverty and destitution through no fault of their own. They're going to blame every other generation and come up with conspiracy theories saying that it was this person and that person. And so it had nothing to do with the fact that you guys had the best economy and you chose not to save for retirement. So it's everyone else's fault, not your fault at all. It's their fault, that it's someone else's fault that you spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on Carnival cruises, traveling around, going to the Caribbean so grandma could get her back blown out. It's everyone else's fault that you purchased, $80,000, $100,000 RV so that you can cruise around the US, like a baller and enjoy your lives while your kids were basically scavenging for survival, during the worst economic periods in American history. All right. It's everyone else's fault that you took the wealth, everything that your parents left you, all of the wealth and riches that your parents left you, their homes, jewelry, cars, everything, and you sold it off, and you took all of that money and you had a damn good time with it. All right. And because no one told you to save for retirement, even though your parents told you not to depend on Social Security, you didn't listen. Oh no, it's everyone else's fault. You guys, these people cannot be reached. Just like Gen Z, there's nothing that can be done. There is no helping Gen Z. One of the things that's really hard for me is just how problematic Gen Z is. Like, guys, they're so inconsistent. Even when you meet one who seems decent, they'll just screw everything up. They'll just I don't know what's going on in their lives. They'll just fall apart, and that's it. Like, something is wrong with them. Something is absolutely wrong with these kids, and it's sad. It's sad and it's pathetic, and it's the same exact thing that we saw with the boomers. And they are mean, they're cold people, harsh people. All right. And you're seeing Gen Z doing terrible things when it comes to their kids, treating their kids in terrible ways. Those that do have children. All right. And who did these types of mean-spirited and evil things? The boomers. And there's some of you who are fools that are calling child ABUSE, conditioning them, letting them know that it's a hard world out there. You have to be a damn idiot to say that they're doing what the boomers did and letting them know that the world is hard. So they're preparing them for the world. You're a fool. These are narcissists. These are scummy individuals. They belong in prison. They belong incarcerated. If the boomers were raising children in this era, many of them would never see the sunlight again, because they would be in the prisons, if not underneath the prisons, for the things that they did to their kids and that they put their children through. Gen X often says that, we're the ones who survived because so many of us didn't make it. Our parents literally did not care. Do you know how many boomers don't even have kids anymore? Like, a lot of boomers have lost kids. They don't care. Oh my gosh. Telling y'all, this is what happens when you deal with a group of people that were given everything. They took it all, and now, after squandering everything, they have nothing to show for it, and they want to pass on the buck to someone else. And you know what? I don't think so. I don't know, guys. I'm sick and tired of it. These are the same people who took things like home economics out of the schools and replaced it with gender studies and all of this other indoctrination garbage. They took away normal arithmetic and gave Gen Z and Alpha Common Core. Now they can't do math on top of not being able to read. Guys, when we were growing up, we had things like hooked on phonetics. We learned how to sound out words to understand what the words were. I had no idea that they had taken phonetics out of schools. So these kids no longer know how to sound it out, and now they're bringing it back. And the boomers are like, "Don't blame me. I had nothing to do with it. You punks." You punks. That's why I say, guys, leave these people to the streets and focus on getting your money up with crypto, because everything is going to crash and burn. All right, especially with all of this USAID stuff that's coming out. All of the money is going to dry up. All of the public money is, guys, they're going to have such a hard time getting a dime of public money because of the abuses that have been going on. How the hell does Nancy Pelosi have like a net worth of 250 million? This is what Elon is saying. Elon's like, how does Nancy Pelosi, how do all of these members of Congress have these massive net worths, but they're not like NBA players, they're not celebrities. So how do you end up with $50 million? How do you end up with these massive net worths? I'm just asking. How does Nancy Pelosi end up being worth like $250 million? How does Chelsea Clinton end up being worth like $50 million? Okay. But then when you see things like Angelina Jolie being paid $20 million to go and take a picture with someone, like Angelina Jolie, Van Damme, people like Van Damme. Like, who the hell is Van Damme? This dude hasn't been relevant in like 30 years. I'm not even playing. Like, bro has not been relevant since like the mid 90s. Some would say the 80s. All right. Some would say the 80s, but I'll say even like the mid 90s. We're still watching his movies in the mid 90s, but he hasn't really been relevant like that since the 80s. All right. And it's just, and he got paid like $3 million. They were laundering money. So all of that money is going to dry up, and there's not going to be, guys, all of these programs that women depend on, all of the food stamp, all of this stuff, they are going to be in the streets and struggling, and the American dollar is going to collapse. Even Trump has Trump coin right now. Even Trump and Melania have their own cryptocurrencies right now. Okay? And these cryptos are going into ETFs. A lot of y'all don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, and that's why many of you are going to end up in the streets and then in Tyrone 10 cities, because you're not going to be allowed to stay homeless. Trump has already made it very clear that you're either going to prison, you're going to be institutionalized in a mental health facility, or you're going to be in a Tyrone 10 city, and once you go in, you're not going to come out. You're going to be disciplined in there. Ask you something. When the banks collapse, and trust me, it's coming, will you be ready? Imagine waking up to ATMs that don't work, bank doors chained shut, and millions of people left with nothing. No cash, no access to their savings, and no way to survive. But it doesn't have to be that way for you. That's why I created Angry's Crypto Academy, to teach you everything you need to know about crypto, so you can protect yourself and your family. You'll learn how to buy, sell, and even day trade crypto for a living. Plus, we alert you to new crypto trends so you can profit before everyone else even knows what's happening. Right now, I've just published an exclusive investment guide inside the Academy, and it's linked in the description below. In it, I reveal the one coin that could make you a millionaire. A coin so revolutionary, it could change everything. If you missed out on Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is your second chance. This isn't just about financial freedom, it's about survival. When the system collapses and everyone else is selling, you'll be the one buying, prepared to weather the storm and thrive while others struggle to survive. Don't wait. This knowledge isn't optional, it's critical. The link's in the description. Go check it out now.
Family. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure that whoever I am dating to be the father of my children and my husband, I'm going to make sure that he is financially stable so that my children don't suffer.
Pay close attention, guys. Everything is about her. My future husband, my family, my children not suffering, my future, my lifestyle. Everything is about them. So when they vet these guys and they are, checking their requirements list, making sure that you fit into their descriptions, everything is always about them. She did not one time say our family, our future, me supporting my husband. And the question that I always like to ask in this case, what do you bring to the table? Most likely it's not going to be much besides a woman's looks. But the problem is this: a woman who doesn't know about a man's struggle while he's going to work, while he has to attend these meetings, while he has to put in these extra hours, if he is not there by his side as this man is building himself up, she will never understand his struggle and therefore never going to have a problem with spending his money. Women nowadays, unfortunately, tend to not have enough patience, not have the time of the day to stand by a man's side as he's going through a career change, about some educational change, about a self-development journey. They want the fixed product. And since these women are looking for the fixed products, they don't know how to appreciate everything that's behind the stage. If you have been there with the man throughout his whole struggle, and this goes vice versa in a relationship, that's why a lot of these relationships don't last nowadays. If you understand each other's struggle, then there's no problem with supporting one another.
If a woman ever asks you for money, she don't like you. I don't care what the situation is, she don't like you. And guys, do not give her the money. If you give her the money when she asks you for it, all respect is gone. She will never respect you. She gonna always look at you as a trick. All she's doing is trying to use you, bro. She has no real interest in you. But she's like, you know what? I guess I'll get some money from this dude because I want to go get my nails done. I want to get my hair done. A lot of these women be broke, bills late, credit all messed up. And they want you to come through and give them some money to help them out. Guys, don't do that.
Once a woman asks you for money and you give her the money for absolutely no reason, you barely know her, she has done nothing for you, not even cooked a plate of food for you, she will only know and remember you as an ATM. And that's that. Nothing more, nothing less. She will always come to you, be in her feminine energy whenever she needs to. Because a lot of women nowadays don't even understand and know and never have been taught to be in their feminine energy unless they want something. And we already know how manipulative some women can be the moment they want something, right? They know how to speak nice. They know how to ask you about your day. And a lot of men should also know when it's actually that time when women call you with that certain energy in her voice. You should do what? Click, hang up. You're calling me just because you want money? You're replying to my DMs just because you want money? I'm only good for money? Good. What am I getting in return? Nothing? Bye. See, there are so many female content creators all over social media platforms who have no problem with lying to women or teaching them the wrong things. If you're a woman and you're asking a man for money for no freaking reason just because you're late with paying your bills, you're nothing but a scammer. You're nothing but a scammer because you don't know that man for nothing. You don't even care about that man, and you make that very, very clear. But unfortunately, men sometimes are weak individuals and they just look at you on your social media and they feel as though, okay, if I send her some money, maybe I can get a chance. Maybe I can talk to her. Maybe she will see me as a person who was there for her, who helps her whenever she needs me. Gentlemen, no, she doesn't. She doesn't care. I'm sorry to break this down to you. She doesn't care. She never did, and she never will.
Giving a woman money when she's in need can actually make her lose respect for you. I've been there, guys. I'm telling you. I'm not gonna lie. Uncle Angry's been there. We were all once simps. The difference is that there are those of us that learn from our mistakes, and there are those of us that continue to repeat them, because that's the choice. Because we believe that it's opportunistic. A lot of simps, they are doing this. They have an agenda. They have an absolute agenda, and they are basically doing this because they have an agenda. And something about a lot of simps, like the simps who are just doing this endlessly and they won't stop. They want something very specific. They want a specific experience. They get off doing these things. I'm just being very, very clear. All right. They want, for example, the men that encourage women to go onto OnlyFools, LonelyFans, and basically sell their wares upon these platforms. These dudes don't actually like women. In fact, a lot of simps absolutely do not like women, because if you actually like the woman, you would not tell her to go and do these types of things. But you know what's funny? What's funny about this is that these are the men that women still end up gravitating to, men who will basically enable them and allow them to do these things that will ultimately lead to destruction. It's sad, but it's honest. It's true. Guys, that's why I say hot girl summer is over, broke girl winter is here, as they're all out here saying that they need a provider man. Get you a provider man. No, sweetie. Those men are going overseas to find a woman overseas, or they're completely walking away from relationships, dating, and focusing on their relationship with God and getting their money. You know, a lot of guys are just staying home, playing video games, going back to classic consoles, playing PlayStation 3, loading that up with games, and avoiding relationships entirely, opting completely out of society. Because for most men, if a man is not focused on getting married and having children, and those doors are now closed, men can live far below their means, simple lives. Men can live simple lives of luxury and comfort far below their means. They live below their means and they live very good lives because most men are minimalist by nature. A lot of men are happy to sleep on the floor. I know, shout out to the floor gang. Shout out to the floor gang. There are a lot of men who are very happy sleeping on the floor, comfortable sleeping on the floor, chilling on the floor. They don't need much. You know, a lot of men live out of a backpack. It's not that they're broke. It's just that they're not. That's how they live their lives. They like the freedom of being able to come and go. Van life for a woman is hard. Van life for a man can be very advantageous because men understand how to live this life. Men are able to compromise. But again, just to be clear, a lot of men don't need to do van life because they have options. They don't need to do van life because they have options. All right, they have money. As we build ourselves up as men, we end up over time with income. Even though our lives may be destroyed as a result of relationships or things that happen, we rebuild ourselves, and then once we've rebuilt ourselves, we learn from our mistakes and we keep our money to ourselves and our mouths closed. That's why I keep telling you all to focus on crypto. This way you can learn how to day trade cryptocurrency. We have the crypto day trading blueprint, crypto day trading for dummies blueprint in Angry's Crypto Academy. Link in the description of the video. And we teach you guys how to day trade crypto so that you can replace your day job, or when everything collapses, you'll be able to survive and you won't have to worry. That's what a lot of men are doing. They're day trading. They're investing. They're building a business and a brand, and they're walking away. And modern women we're going to watch, even as the economy gets worse, how we see a nightmare. You're going to watch a lot of men just relaxing and enjoying their lives and growing their wealth, while women basically don't. Women are ending up in the streets and then ending up in Tyrone tent cities, TTCs. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree that hot girl summer is over, broke girl winter is here, and women are going to have to go and chill with Yogi and Boo Boo? Let me know your thoughts and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.